Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to Get Ready with America. My name is SJ, and this month I'm getting you ready for next year's elections state by state. This video will be discussing Louisiana, where no one's really declared yet. My eye look will of course be Mardi Gras themed, even though I did that when I did my video in March about Louisiana, but now I have significantly better eyeshadow, and I do what I want. If you want to watch any other 2022 state preview videos, I'll have my Votemas playlist linked below, where you'll also find links to more info about the elections in Louisiana. Standard disclaimer, this video was filmed and posted in December 2021. I hope the vast majority of the information I'm sharing will still be relatively relevant whenever you're watching this up to the state's primary date, but Louisiana is kind of special, and we'll get into it. Check the state government links in the description box for the most up-to-date information. Let's get into it. Republican Senator John Kennedy, no relation to the Kennedys, though he was originally a Democrat, is running for a second term in the U.S. Senate. Kennedy is incredibly popular in the state, having served as state treasurer for a little over 4 terms prior to joining the Senate. He's also very good at fundraising. Thus, it's unlikely any more Republicans will join the race, and so far only one Democrat has announced. Former Navy pilot Luke Mixon has the endorsement of the state party chair, which doesn't always mean anything since it's not the endorsement of the party as an organization, but it leads me to believe that no one else is jumping in. We'll see. Louisiana has 6 House districts, and if you remember back to that video I mentioned earlier, 2 of those seats were filled this past spring with special elections. Rep. Troy Carter, the sole Democrat in the delegation, was elected in the 2nd district when Cedric Richmond was tapped for the Biden administration, and Rep. Julia Letlow was elected in the 5th to replace her husband, who died of COVID before he was sworn in. Letlow is the only incumbent to announce she's running, and no one has any opponents yet because Louisiana is still working on their new map, and apparently it's contentious. There's a push to make another majority-minority district, which in the year of our Lord Blue Ivy 2021, I love that we still use that term. They won't be finalizing their map until the legislature returns to session in February, so it still might be a while before anyone launches their campaign. February. Remember when people had to have these maps done within like a year of the census being completed? What a time. Speaking of the legislature, they're not up for re-election until 2023, along with the governor and all of the other statewide offices. Votemas 2022 content. Who Louisianans will be voting for instead are hella judges. Did you have feelings about the judge in the Kyle Rittenhouse case? Did you know that he was elected to serve in that role, and he's re-elected every some amount of years to keep serving in that role? Same deal for these judges. Do you have feelings about a judge in your area that keeps screwing people over? You should vote them out. I don't know much about electing judges because we don't do that in New Jersey. We're a low-key civilian dictatorship. I've linked the most accessible reference that I could find to learn more about the courts themselves to make sense of electing the judges. A Wikipedia article. It's in the description box. Louisiana does not have a formal primary. Instead, everyone will vote on November 8th, and if one candidate does get over 50% of the vote, The top 2 vote getters will go on to a general runoff on December 10th. The deadline to register to vote is October 10th if you do it at your clerk's office, or October the 18th if you do it online. Those convicted of a felony can register if they have completed probation and parole or have been out of prison for at least 5 years. And they must bring a form signed by their parole or probation officer to their local elections office to register in person. Early in-person voting is taking place October 25th to November 1st, or anyone can request a mail-in ballot. You can find all this info and more on my favorite state voting website, govote.com. And that's the look. Please be sure to check the description box for the playlist of all my Votemas videos, as well as links to learn more about voting in Louisiana. I'll be covering all 50 states and DC over the month of December, so stay tuned to learn about your state. Please help the channel, the algorithm, and democracy by liking this video right down there and leaving a comment with alternate phrases for majority minority. Subscribe to the channel so the next Votemas video shows up right in your feed. Thanks. I'll see you again soon.